fucking Pokemon cards too. $3.5 million
On some G.I. Joes.
$3.5 million on fucking G.I. Joe. I cannot believe it. That was a sad day. That was a very sad day. We should talk about this a little bit because I think there's gonna be a little bit deeper of a story here.
Yeah.
You can't just scam someone out of millions of dollars like that, right? Without legal consequences?
I mean, what contract did they sign?
No, there's got. Oh man, really?
I don't know.
What's like what the
Goes
fraud
down to a
laws
judge
or anything?
Yeah,
because by the way, it looks like we have the group of people who are actively doing this and are like scammers. They just didn't assume that I was going to get the box. I was going to get the box. They assume
now
that
this can go further. If it was just one person and he was like, "Yo, I did a deal and like here it is," yeah, there's fraud. It's definitely fraud.
It's a whole thing because
it's crazy.
I was wondering why I was never asked to buy that box, knowing how much I care about Pokemon. The fact that the box made its way around me, I was surprised.
Too much heat,
especially because the broker had sold me something in the past. He knows me. He knows my interest in Pokemon, and yet it skirted me. They didn't want to get it to me because I was the only one who had the balls to fucking open the case
or to televise it.
Everything. I mean, it's an L, and I'm not afraid to say it's a fat fucking L.
But it's not an L for you. Like,
I will say this. I will say this. Matt, the guy who sold it to me,
stand-up
guy. He reimbursed me, paid in full. He's a great guy. He's a massive sports card collector. But him chasing his 2.7 million,
we're helping him. You know,
we're trying. We're trying to get all the information we can because again, it's a whole thing. People have suggested making like a documentary out of it.
Well, I was gonna ask you. I usually know people don't always know what goes on behind the scenes, but I'm usually pretty up to like speed on the things that are going on in your life. Like, you guys, both of you, keep me, even though we don't live together anymore, keep me pretty in tune with what's happening. And honestly, when that happened, I had no idea. And I reached out to Logan and I said,
no idea of what?
Of any of it. I had no idea that he had bought. I knew the case was bought, but I didn't know like he bought it without seeing it. I didn't know any of that stuff. So I hit him up and I said, hey, like, can I be completely honest with you? Mm-hmm. I thought it was for content, dude.
So did Jake.
I honestly,
so did Jake. I see comments.
I thought it was made up.
I see comments that they think I was acting. They think it's fake,
but it's not.
Not fake at all.
No, the guy that he bought it from is one of the most reliable people in the collectible space.
Got it.
No, it's not fake at all. It's 100% real. The room, being in that room that night was incredibly sad. The energy and the tragic feeling in the room was so palpable. There was a female there. She was a fellow employee of the authentication company.
Guy.
She started crying. It was so sad, bro. And I felt bad for the guy.
I did too.
Who
opening the case?
Yeah, who opened the case because
and verified it.
You got no business authenticating shit when people are dropping multiple millions of dollars. Like I don't have sympathy in that regard. Like you.
How many boxes?
I watched all the videos. One of the smartest things that was said was the more cases or the more packaging that's on top of the actual product is the way in which they could cheat you. So you can see the first edition box with the colors, you could see right away that's a real box or not. Pretty much like you or people that know it, when there's a cardboard box on top of it, you just don't know what's inside.
Plus the BBCE seal. That's the reason you buy the box. Because BBCE, a reputable authentication company.
He shouldn't have authenticated a cardboard box.
The use case for NFTs became so much more exemplary and obvious after I got scammed out of a fake Pokemon box. A physical product was not what I bought. That will not happen with non-fungible tokens. That's the point of the technology.
Sorry.
It's verification. It's digital. It's verification of digital assets.
So do you believe that there would have been verification of that box of physical cards, or are you talking about simply in the digital world?
I'm saying the use case of NFTs, if it's not becoming more and more obvious to people, like okay, we're getting tricked because dick butts and like fucking these dumbass NFTs that I'm even buying.
I say cats.
Wait, you bought a dick butt?
No, I didn't buy a dick butt. But I buy some dumbass NFTs. Bro, I have money in crypto solely for experimentation because I'm good at making it with other shit that I know. Bro, my World of Women collection right now is vast. That project is great.
I fucking missed it.
The project
I'm
is
pissed
blowing
because
up.
I was not in the...
I told all of you!
No, I wasn't included in that text group.
No.
That's what happened.
How many did you buy?
I missed out.
I bought 42.
You're fucking...
42.
Let me
run through this.
I'm fucking Jeff.
Let me run through this. 42 at what strike price? What did you get it at?
Total, I dropped about 800K total in World of Women.
You sold one
and
for
I sold
800K.
one the other day for 700.
So now you have 40 left.
Yes.
Unfucking
All
real.
30,
all by the way,
38.
See how the most reason I'm pissed is because when you got into Pokemon, I bought a box. I was like, I'm fucking following him, and I would have fucking had it.
ready for this? He bought them. We all bought a couple at around 2 ETH. You bought them probably a little bit lower than that.
Mike
No,
Swords!
I paid a little more.
Two ETH.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
He got. No, I still have mine. I still
Oh,
have my
okay.
World of Women.
How do you feel?
He has 38 World of Women left. Purchased at 2 ETH a piece. You know what the floor was upon starting to film this show?
Like
Take a guess.
12?
Not too far off.
Yeah, 15.
Not too far off.
15.
Do the math. Disgusting.
It's like 1.3 million in WoW.
I got one that I told you guys to buy. It's growing.
Oh yeah, don't say those.
I wouldn't.
But okay, this is what I'm saying. Like it's becoming more and more obvious to me that verification, which turns out sometimes to be real fucking hard in real life, with assets like Pokemon cards, for example, is super important.
They've been doing this for a long time. A lot of counterfeit has been happening. Clothing has it. So in some of the actual tags, they have like RFD chips that you can scan and then say, hey, this is verified that this is a Louis Vuitton bag or a Chanel bag, like real product. So yeah, of course, you need that.
It's I'm telling you, it's a thing. I'll keep harping on it. Stop making fun of NFTs. People were like, yo, it is important technology, and I think it's become more and more prominent in our
That's
everyday
also
lives.
just one part of NFTs.
One part.
There's so much about it.
Agree.
It's amazing.
I think this will be the year of the DAO, the Decentralized Autonomous Organization.
DAC?
DAC, Decentralized Autonomous Community, whatever we want to call it. The DAO, the NFT, and Web3 progress. I think every single human being on this planet should make every move that they do or every business endeavor or goal or anything they want to achieve with the metaverse and Web3 in the back of their mind. I think is going to be a gold mine. It is so untapped, and the potential as of now is limitless because no one knows how it's going to work or what's going to work in this space. Humans, our species, are very simple creatures. We have a hard time seeing past the now. I try to live, I believe mentally, I'm creating 2 years ahead of the present. The more and more I do this, and the better I get at creating for a space or a world that doesn't exist yet, I'll be able to see 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Elon Musk is about 10 years in the future. Further, right? Like he's way down the line, but it's really hard for us to imagine that one day, 100%, people's digital lives will be worth more than their physical lives, and people will not want to take off those headsets.
It's good to hear you say this because you've always been a present person where you could only see because you had to like create for the moment and the next day, like you had to like be on top of it, that you couldn't take time to zoom out. There's a guy named Ray Kurzweil who's a major futurist inventor. He invents things that the technology doesn't even exist today.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Where technology
Yes.
has to catch up
Yep.
to make the things that he already wrote down and already has trademarked.
Yep.
He's the head of innovation now for Google.